Welcome to your Miami home buying guide. If you're new to the channel, my name is Anthony Johnson. I'm a real estate agent here in Miami, Florida, and the creator of Allio.com. And in this video, we're going to talk about touring homes. Now, before you go out and actually check out properties, the biggest thing that you should do beforehand is to get pre-approved. Getting pre-approved will help you make the most out of your time when you're going out checking out properties. You want to know how much you're actually going to be able to borrow, and you also want to know what your monthly payments are going to look like. You want to know what your closing costs, your down payment. You want to know what all those things look like, so when you go out, you have a more clear expectation on what to expect. Now, we're going to talk more about that in another video. I just want to give you a quick overview and let you know that it is very important that you get pre-approved before you go check out properties. You don't want to go out and waste your time, so make sure you get that done. Now, if you're actually looking to buy a property right now, there's a link in the description. I am a Keller Williams agent, and if you work with me or if I recommend someone to you, you get access to a no lender fee home loan plus $1,000 towards closing costs, and that can go if you're buying in Miami or outside of Miami, only except for New York, because New York's the only state that Keller Mortgage is who we are affiliated with is not operating in. So when you go out to check out properties and you have an agent, you'll typically go with your agent, and the homeowners are typically not home. But in some cases, it'll just be you and your agent checking out the property. So you can take as little or as much time as you want. Now, as I'm recording this video, it's November 2020, so obviously we're dealing with COVID-19. So you're going to have to wear a mask, possibly gloves. You want to bring your hand sanitizer. And in some cases, the homeowner may not even allow in-person showings. You may have to only do video tours with your agent or the homeowner or the listing agent. Or they may just give you a 3D tour and say that's what you can use to, make a decision. Surprisingly, a lot of buyers are making their decisions just off of pictures, video, and 3D tours. Now, when you're out checking out properties in person, the properties are going to be either furnished or unfurnished. If they're furnished, simply put, don't touch people's belongings. Try not to sit on the couches and chairs. You don't want to break something and be liable for it. And especially with COVID, you don't want to really touch anything. If it's unfurnished, there are apps that you can use to get an idea of what you can do with furniture, and sometimes the listing agent will virtually stage the property so you can get an idea of what you can do with the furniture. Now, something that's popular when buying a condo in Miami is that you're going to have to visit a property when there is a tenant in place. Now, this can be a little tricky because it may be hard to know what you can do with the unit, especially when there's a tenant in place and they are a little messy. I personally had to do a couple of showings where the tenant was just dirty and it kind of threw off the buyer. So just a heads up, you may have to run into that if you're looking to buy a condo here in Miami. Now, some listings, especially the higher end listings, may come staged. When a property is staged, you want to make sure you're looking beyond the staging. The staging is to get you to want to buy or make an offer on the property. So a few things that you want to do when you're actually touring a property is you want to look past the staging. Like I said, if there is staging, you want to look at the condition of the home inside and out. You also want to make sure when you're checking out a property that you're looking at things that you may want to improve, so you can do some research to see how much these things may cost. If the property is in a condo, you want to make sure you check out the amenities. I mean, you're going to be paying a HOA fee or condo association fee for these amenities, so make sure you go check them out. You want to check out the parking space, the gym, the community place, all those things. One of the biggest things that I always tell my clients is when we're actually going to check out a property, if you're in an elevator with someone, again, with COVID, we might not be, but if you're in an elevator with someone, or if you see one of the residents, ask them how they like living in that building. That'll give you a little bit more insight on the building. You can read reviews online, but I mean, sometimes those reviews with condos can be based off of a tenant with a bad experience with the landlord. Good reviews can be fake. There can be a lot of things going on with the reviews. So it's good to, ask someone or a couple of people how they like living in the building, just to get some more insight. Another thing you want to do is make sure you find out the rules of the HOA or condo association. You want to make sure that, you know, whatever they have in place, that you can live with it. You want to see what's going to be covered in the HOA fee. All that stuff should be listed on the listing, but sometimes that stuff is not on there. It's super annoying for me, but sometimes that information is not on the listing, so you have to ask whether it's the owner or the actual association, in which they should have an office on site, so you can ask these questions. So another thing that you want to do with properties that you like is to take photos and videos and take notes. Now, when I go out with my clients, I typically just let them roam, and I'll follow them and just listen to what they're saying, to pretty much get their feedback, and I'll take the photos and videos and, you know, keep it in a nice organized document so we can go back and look at everything. That's pretty much a quick overview on what to expect when touring a home. I know it's not super elaborate, it's pretty plain and simple. Another thing that I forgot to mention is, before you go out and check out places, another thing that you want to do is make sure you have a wants and needs list. Now, you can put this on your phone or you can just write it out. I'm going to include a link in the description of a wants and needs list that I created. Now, you want to take this list with you, so when you're taking a look at different properties, you can check off certain things that the property may or may not have. That can also help you, you know, narrow down your search. Again, just to give you clarity on, you know, what your decision is going to be. So thanks for watching, and make sure you check out the next video in your Miami home buying guide. I'll see you in the next video.